That's what we know what we're here for.
Yeah.
You know? Let's go. We got our hello. Oh, my G. How are you, brother? Good to see you. Dude, the weather is like perfect for today, yeah?
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Really excited. But yeah, as I was saying, I think like fitness being a mental and physical game, but today we're gonna push the physical barriers. And bro, breathwork is something that like I uniquely seek through your leadership in it. So just really kudos to the product that you've created, and really excited to get this going, man.
It goes both ways, bro. You've inspired me when it comes to your fitness journey and what you're actually doing here now. So I'm looking forward to doing some breath work with you,
Dude,
man. And it's getting high.
It's the brotherhood. It's the brotherhood. All right, let's dude, I love this. I feel like this is the most Bali I've experienced. This isn't like the commercial Bali that is Canggu, you know?
No,
this is really cool.
It's Sese Beach.
Okay.
So it's a bit more further out, but as you can see and feel, like it's much worth coming out because you just get time for yourself. Whether that's just to go for a beach walk, man, it could be as simple as that, just to come back to yourself.
I mean, I'd love to just share your journey, because I mean, I've heard it a few times, but I mean, you had asthma, and it was something you had, breathwork was something you found to cure it. And I mean, I'd love to share your story a little bit.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Simple as breathwork did save my life. I, as you said, had asthma for over a decade. 2 decades actually, 20 years, and I tried many different things to overcome asthma, and I just found nothing was really working. So I went on YouTube, said honey, was so reliant on my medication, and I just thought, it got to a stage where I was like, there has to be something to be able to overcome asthma. And breathwork has been around for thousands of years, and before we actually used to start crushing up pills and synthesizing nature's gifts, we just actually used to breathe in this rhythmic fashion to elicit healing. So I was blessed enough to learn a protocol off a friend and implemented that every day, and all of a sudden in 4 weeks, my asthma was gone to the point where I didn't need my medication anymore. And yeah, this huge light bulb moment went off for me, and I was like, wow, this is something I'd love to be able to share with people all around the world that are also suffering from asthma, just like I was.
Dude, I love that. And honestly, having done breathwork in a few instances, the best one in the game here, so I'm not just saying that. So
Clinton's an OG right here, right? He's been to every class there is, and he's not sitting at the back too. He's sitting at the front, right?
Breathing all over.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so funny because in the other classes I intentionally sit in the back because I have a tendency of falling asleep. So it's so funny. The last breathwork class that wasn't your class, I straight up just passed out. And then the instructor came and was like, yo, wake up, bro.
Not in my class.
Yeah,
Not in my class.
Yeah. No, you make us work. I really appreciate that because like it's your style that I think I resonate with, and it's like in any discipline, right? Like it's just energy and style, and so just leaning into like your way of doing it, like I really resonate with. Like the music is a huge, like your playlist I think is like you're an artist. The music creates a certain mood. The way you set up the class, like I think people underestimate the rigor that comes with programming, and it's not just like show up and do a discipline. It's like how do you make it your own craft. So really excited to explore that together and share that a little bit with.
I appreciate it. What I like about you, Clint, is like you notice the finer details, and like you know in life, it's like the smallest things that make the biggest difference. So if you can if you can focus on the smaller things, when you do experience the bigger things, it becomes easy. It's natural.
100%. 100%. All right. We are here at what beach?
Sese Beach. We are here.
We are here with Liam, the man, the myth, the legend. We're about to do a breathwork session. You know, one thing that I found really interesting is there are things that we do as just like ways of life, like walking, breathing, you know, and putting a intentional thought behind things that we naturally do, like breathing through your nose. I think this is just a really awesome way to like think through things that we do naturally. So however this can inspire others, whether it's like curing asthma or just having a awareness to certain things, I think is fantastic. So, I mean, I don't know if you have a perspective there, but like we just go through life doing motions. And I think it's awesome to like understand how much oxygen impacts the body. And yeah, I think breathwork is just fantastic to just bring awareness to things that we always do anyway. So
Yeah. Do you mind if I share something to your audience?
Yeah.
This is a huge one that I see, right? And it's so big because people don't really know the benefits of nasal breathing. And the simple way to put it is our nose is for breathing and our mouth is for eating. And I talk from experience because what I used to do is constantly mouth breathe. And when you are mouth breathing, we're always in this sympathetic fight or flight state. But the most important point is we actually have 3 lobes, right? And when we breathe in through our nose, which is the optimal way to breathe, it reaches our lower lobe. And our lower lobe is responsible for 70% of oxygen that gets passed through the body.
Oh, wow.
So if you breathe through your mouth, it's not actually, you can't experience that deep inhale that you need to reach that lower lobe. And so just little things like that, yeah. Can you be more consciously aware of if you are going for a walk along the beach, you know, can you practice nasal breathing maybe for just 5 minutes along your walk, and maybe 5 becomes 10 and 10 becomes 20, and then all of a sudden in your workout, as you do, you're actually consciously practicing nasal breathing instead of mouth breathing. So just little things like that is what, you know, we can do to better our own life.
Yeah, I mean, 2 reactions just really quickly. One is so interesting because I feel like your mouth seems like a bigger passageway to breathing, but the fact that you said it's 70%, mind-blowing. And dude, I feel like there's been a lot of notoriety online about if you breathe through your nose, your jawline gets more defined. I'm really gonna put you on the spot here, but like, do you have a perspective there on just like how it defines even like your face shape? I mean, have you seen some of that stuff?
Yeah, it goes back to the origins, and I studied this through the first certification course that I did. And we looked at how people, like our ancestors, were breathing back in like time, many, many, many years ago. And there's a certain photo, the difference between nasal breathing and mouth breathing. And the picture with the mouth breathing is the dentures are all over the place. The jawline's actually more pushed up forward. And you don't experience that through nasal breathing because the tongue sits underneath your top palate, which is where it's supposed to sit. And it activates our diaphragm and keeps our posture upright as well. So if we're consciously mouth breathing, for example, this goes back to even when we're sleeping, right? Our smooth muscles in our throat, they drop. All of a sudden, we're breathing out through our mouth for 8 hours of the night. And we wake up with smelly breath. We've just like, yeah, there's just a whole lot of negative benefits that come with mouth breathing.
Gotcha. Well, there you have it. There's your masterclass on how to get a defined jawline. But let's get into it. All Excited to share the space. So.
In spinal movement, we'll do 1 hold to drop us in with a release. Then what we'll do is we'll go into Vastrika Pranayama, in through the nose, out of the nose, into the belly, out of the belly. And we'll mix that with a big wave inhale. And then finishing up with native breath, I like to call it, which is a big inhale and a double exhale. And at the end, we'll finish off with a breath hold, increasing carbon dioxide, nitric oxide, and hopefully we get high off free DMT.
That's what we know what we're here for. Yeah. You know? Let's go.